Athletes some consider the greatest in their sports.
And a new book is claiming that San Francisco slugger Barry Bonds used steroids for at least 5 seasons.
Sources say Rodriguez admitted buying banned drugs.
A one-time icon of sports in America stripped today of his 7 Tour de France titles.
Now one group wants to celebrate athletes who make that choice. They're calling it the Enhanced Games, set for next summer. And they plan to let athletes use performance-enhancing drugs like steroids in the competition.
The Enhanced Games is the 3rd version of the Olympic Games. And now we're reinventing it once again for the 21st century.
That's Aaron D'Souza, the Australian businessman whose vision has attracted the attention and money of billionaire and right-wing activist Peter Thiel. We'll see 5 core sports: track and field, swimming, gymnastics, weightlifting, and combat sports. And drugs are allowed, including ones on the World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA's ban list, from anabolic steroids, which boost muscle strength, stimulants that can make the heart pump faster, to cannabis, even over-the-counter cold drugs like Sudafed. The Olympics stripping medals from athletes who take them, like cyclist Lance Armstrong, runner Marion Jones, and skater Kamila Valieva. The biggest name hurt by Russia's state-sponsored doping scandal. In a statement this week, WADA condemned the Enhanced Games, saying, quote, "The health and well-being of athletes is WADA's #1 priority. Clearly, this event would jeopardize both." But D'Souza cites a 2011 study commissioned by WADA, showing more than 40% of athletes had used banned supplements in the previous year.
What would you say to your adversaries who are, not supportive of this, who say that the Olympics, it's about a clean environment to show how far you can push the human body on an even playing field?
Well, it's a different playing field. The Olympics are like the opera, and we're like a rock concert. We want to be like Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
D'Souza says doctors will monitor athletes who use the drugs and give health screenings. But is there any safe amount of some of these drugs? Medical experts say it's tricky.
If you're using the lowest dose possible for the shortest duration possible, and you've been selected as an appropriate candidate for that particular use, then I think you could probably do it safely. But sort of this open-endedness, that's where I think we start to see problems.
There's another factor: money. The games, which have not secured a TV deal yet, promise athletes a fair base salary to be announced later, plus bonuses. A huge contrast to the International Olympic Committee, which does not pay medalists. That's left to home countries to decide. And in the U.S., only medalists get paid, about $30,000 for gold, way less than the minimum salaries in the Big 4 men's sports here in the U.S. The promise of a payout appealing to swimmer James Magnuson, a 3-time medalist from Australia who says he's never used steroids, but vowed to, quote, juice to the gills to get a 7-figure bonus from the Games' organizers if he can break the 50-meter freestyle record. Magnuson tells me the Enhanced Games are safe for athletes of his level, in part because of the honesty behind it.
We're going to do this in the open. There's no secrecy. It's not done in the shadows. I'll document it. I'll be completely open and honest with everything I take, how it's making me feel, how my performance is affected, and if there are any side effects, what those are.
Okay, Chloe, I'm kind of just almost without words here. When you talk to your sources in the entertainment world, is there a market for something like this? I don't even want to ask, because we know there is, right? People get totally juiced up, and then what they go for it, and we'll see if they survive and how big of a game that they can turn in.
So I've been talking to athletes, professional athletes, retired athletes. I've also talked to some people in the TV business, and they all say it would make for great entertainment, okay? Especially if you have people compete in the Enhanced Games who are not on performance-enhancing drugs, because you don't have to be on performance-enhancing drugs to take part in the Enhanced Games. So therefore, you could have somebody who says, all right, I want to go compete against somebody in the 100-meter dash. I don't even know if that's part of the Olympics, but let's just pretend that it's a part of the Enhanced Games. And they're not on steroids, but their competition is, and then they beat them. What a coup that would be, right? And so I think that when you look at the world of reality television, when you look at the landscape right now, Tom, you see that people are pushing the envelope and networks are trying to bring in people and boost ratings, which in turn means bigger ad sales, bigger money, and a better bottom line for them in the end. So I do think this will find a home somewhere on television in the not-so-distant future.
I've got 15 seconds, Chloe, but are people concerned about the potential health impact of people juicing to the gills?
Listen, I spoke to Aaron, as you see, and he says that there will be a team of medical experts that will be watching over their athletes and that this is going to be done within reason. There will be some guardrails.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.